Hey friends, I'm just gonna do a little bit of carving this morning. Or at least I thought I would. I'm getting out my tools and this whole, what's that? Must have been something I was drawing to carve. Maybe I'll do something like that eventually, but today I had a few ideas about what I wanted to do. These are not the tools I want. Probably need that to slice with. Oops. And let me see if it's coming up. Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. So this is probably the box I'm looking for. Yep, that's what I'm looking for. And I like to use a pivot palette so that I can move things around. Let me get this out here. Sorry about the glare. Try and keep this shine off of stuff. Maybe I can adjust my lighting so it's better for you guys. Yeah, that's a little better. This is my pivot palette. You can use a Lazy Susan or whatever you have. These are some stamps I've already carved. But today, let's see, I've got an eraser. Here's some carving material. And I've got a whole sheet here. I don't know that I want to cut into that one yet. So let's start with these. Are you guys followers of Julie Faye Fan Bowser? She's the one that does Carve December every year. Let's see just how big this block is. Looks like it is, I can get, it's 4.5 by 3. So I could get two 2x2s out of this, which is what I think I'd like to do. So let's cut this down. I need a cutting board, don't I? Wasn't prepared. This one's kind of big, but it'll do. So I can use this to figure out where I want to be. Like I said, I want this to be 2x2, I think. So if I cut this, here's 1, 2 at the 10-inch mark. Better if I had it closer to me, right? And I could line it up better. There we go. 10-inch mark. And let's see. Need to cut this down also. So 10-inch mark again. Go over to 8 inches. This nice thick material. Not even sure where I got it from. Probably some discount aisle. So this I could do something with too. Now let's cut this down to our 2 inches. 10. All these little pieces can be used. Didn't cut that very straight. Oh well. I'm not going to worry about that. This is, here we go, 10. 2 inches is at 8. Try to line that up. And try to slice it straight. Okay. So there's our 2-inch piece. And I think for this one, get a marker. For this one, I want to make some arches on here. So if I start up here at the corner and I find the middle, and I can arch to that, and yeah, and back down. It'll give me a start. Okay, so I'm not crazy about that because it's not really arched. So let's do a little more rounding off. And that'll give me a good starting point. So hey, Cindy Etter, how you doing this morning? So I'm just going to take my scissors and round this. There we go. Still don't know if I like that arch, but it's better than it was. So now, if I use this as my pattern, no, that's not going to give me what I want. Yeah, well, okay. Never mind. I'm talking to myself again. You know, do you talk to yourself when you do things? I do a lot. I talk to myself. All right, I'm going to arch this one, and then I'm going to move it up and go in here. Not sure how big or how many of these I want to do, but right now, whoops, I think that needs to go up a little higher. Right now, we'll start with that just to give me some kind of reference point. Hey, Minka, hi, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while, my dear. Okay, so Here's my pivot palette, and I like to put down a sticky mat to hold it in place. And like I said, you can do this with, just you can get, I've got some downstairs, those little ball bearing pieces that you can screw a piece of wood onto, or a Lazy Susan. Oh, I'm so sorry, Minka. But the main thing is this allows you to rotate it. And that's what I like about having that. I hope he's doing better. Yeah, I'm live this morning. Crazy, right? Okay, so now I need some kind of cutting tool. And I think that's too big. That looks about like the size I'm looking for. Or, oh, well, hang in there. All right. Maybe I want my better tool. These are those flex cut tools. Let's try this. So I'm going to cut from the side here. And let's see if I can get a clean cut. Yeah, of course I didn't. So I'm going to come back. Cut that again. And I'm going to go up to the next line. And it looks like it's approximately, see, I'm already slipping. It's approximately 1/4 of an inch away from my other line. Let's see. Oh, look at that. So I may do some lines in between too. Who knows? So got a third one. And let's cut. Now this isn't going to come out quite right. Let me ink that. Get little grubby things on here. I'm just going to ink it so you can see where the lines are better. I think I want some smaller cuts on this also. So that means I'm going to change my blade. So I'll pull this one out and get a smaller, this was a V blade, has the V gouge. This is a little bit smaller. So we'll put that into play. And I'm going to probably put a couple of these. See if I can stay. above. Problem with the soft rubber is that the gouge wants to go down in, and if you give it too much pressure, it'll do that and it'll take more material out than you want. Okay, so that's one line. Let's do another. Up here. Well, I didn't gauge that very well, did I? Look at that. It's way off. All right, you know what I'm going to do then? I'll take the scissors. I'm going to even this up a bit. Because that is not very good. So I'm going to follow that. Right around there. And I'm going to come back in between this one. Got to pay closer attention to what I'm doing here. Or it's going to be kind of a hot mess. And that's normal for me, hot messes. Looks good? You think it looks good? Well, I was hoping for better, but okay. All right, I'm going to, oops. Go around here. Do one under here. Yeah, it's not going to be very even, but that's okay because what I was looking for, let me get a piece of paper. Oh, I've got some cheap, this is just some newsprint that I've been testing my stamps out on. So what I was looking for with this was to make a pattern. Oops. Get that other thing out of the way. I just want to make a pattern. So if I start here, and of course it's not inked up well enough to start with. Get my stuff out of the, got a lot of junk underneath here already. Okay, so what I was thinking was, with this pattern, I thought it would be good in my journal because I can layer the shapes. That's going to go off the side there a little bit. If I do this, and then I need to plan this out better. Come back in here. Yeah, that's not quite what I wanted. I've got my shaving stuck here. I think I might need to re-ink. Maybe if I went up closer here and did this. Right in the middle of this other one. Well, anyway, it's a repeating pattern, right? Not the best thing I've ever done. So let's look at another one. Let's do another one. Let's clean some of that ink off of this one. Yeah, there's a lot on there right now. If you use the hashtag Carve December right now, Minka, you're going to see, because Julie's got the whole list. Let me see if I've got it here. This is the whole list for Carve December. And I'm sorry, got my screen flipped backwards. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, it's only on my screen here. Looks right on your screen. Okay. So Carve December prompts. And I got down here and did not really care for some of the prompts. Now, dark is number 7. And so this is kind of a dark design. So I could say that that's my number 7 design. Number 8 is lush. I don't know what to do with that one. And number 9 is round. I might just jump lush and go to round. Let's see what we can do with round. I think this is about the right size for a round pattern. Just getting an idea. Well, it's sort of round. If I could draw a circle. So there's round. How can we make round and lush go together? So I think I'm going to come back to my tool here and put this down. And right in the center of this, so I probably need to mark the center, don't I? That would be a good idea. So if I mark from corner to corner, and from corner to corner, and I get my center. And I think I'm going to want a circle in the center too. So let's try to make a circle in the center. All right. This will be a challenge. Hey, Becky, how are you? So we've got our circle. I'm just going to go around using my pivot because that helps me go the direction I want to go. Oh, it actually met up to the same place I was, so that's something. Okay, I'm going to go around one more time, make my gouge a little bit deeper. If I can get around. I don't think I can get all the way around. And see, I made a tick mark there, so I don't like that. So I'm going to take my other gouge. This one's a little bit bigger. And I'm going to go around that center with that. I have to be coordinated for this, and I am not that coordinated. Because I'm turning and gouging and trying to watch this and trying to watch the monitor. Doesn't always work right. Okay, so we got all the way around there. So now I can clean that out. So now I've got a circle in the center. That didn't come off of there. Come on. Try to smooth it out a little bit. This particular rubber is kind of a soft carve rubber, and so it crumbles a lot. The other rubber that I use is not as soft as this, and it doesn't crumble as readily. So I think because this one crumbles easily, I'm just going to start making some tick marks. Let's go around. Okay, so now I've got my 4 points. Yeah, right away that wants to crumble. Must just be this particular rubber. And I think it's meant to be kind of soft like that because it's, you know, for people that are just beginning and practicing. And yeah, I'm not a fan of this particular rubber. So what does, if we go to an eraser, this is just one of those erasers. Oh, good idea. I love that card book, Becky. Let's go to an eraser. And let's cut this down to our size. So this has a cutoff edge. So if I cut this at If I cut this at 10 here, and then turn it around. Yeah, this rubber is entirely different. Okay, so put this at the 8 and 10. It's about 2 inches. So that's pretty good. So let me just freehand this one, see what it does. This is my small gouge. Oh, and right away I'm making the mistake of not having it on my turntable. But it cuts a lot cleaner. Can you guys see that? You see the clean cut that you get on this? You have a wonderful day too, Becky. Okay, so let me go back to this. And let's just do, if I do one here, and one here, here. Yeah, this is cutting much better than that other rubber. Okay, so now I want to make some tick marks going around this. See if I can actually clean those out. Yeah, did you see Becky's book? I think I did put a link for that in the group. She's working on a Christmas card book, and she's done it for a couple of years. And it's really kind of interesting to see. And it seems like each year she's done it a little bit differently, so gives you multiple ideas. Okay. So I've got my, I don't know if you can see it or not. There's the marks going around. So now I want to keep going with that. I'm going to go in between those marks and do a gouge. Kind of like a sun ray. This gives a really fine marking. Now I'm just random. This could be kind of a, what did I say, dark? This could be kind of dark too, if I was stamping it in a dark color maybe. Or maybe just a dark impression. That, I don't know. Okay, so I've got those going around. Got some that are still stuck in the groove. Like that one. Yeah. Still stuck in the groove. But I do want this in a round shape. So I'm going to round off these if I can. Might end up being an octagon. That would be kind of cool, right? An octagon. No, that's definitely not an octagon. That is something very misshapen. All right, I need something that is round. Something bigger than that. What do I have? Surely I have something bigger than that. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to take my marker and I'm just going to go around this to get my, oops, but don't move it. Get my shape. And get my gouge and go around that. Not very smooth. And I'm trying not to slip, because you know what happens when you slip. You cut something you don't want to cut. And I want to cut just around the edge here and get my circular shape. It's very easy to cut too much. Not very round. Let's ink that and see how these stamp. I don't think I've used this material. Oh, it's got a little indent. In the middle. So we're going to have to give it some extra pressure in the middle there, it looks like. Okay, so there's our image. And if we stamp that one, let's see what we get. Oh, that's not bad. That could be good and fun in a journal, right? Okay, so we've got these two so far today. I think I might want to Might want to actually cut that down. Oh, the things I do. Okay, so if I cut this down, I get it in the middle. So now I've got which one do I want to keep? Let's stamp each one of them. There's that one. And there's this one. So this one's a little bit bigger than that one. I think I'm going to keep that side of that and change the other side if I can. It's not very even. I'll have to think up a design that will work. So let's do Let me change this blade for a different gouge. See if I can do this without cutting myself. This handle is really tight. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to grab this other gouge. And I think this time I want to straighten up this, so I'm gonna straighten it up. Let's go here. And now we'll do the other side. About that much. Okay. Now, this is let me get right in the middle of that, which is right about there. Oops. Okay. Then let me take this one, cut a circle, and one over here. See, it's crumbling, which I don't like. Same thing happened right there. It's got a little crumb. Let's do another circle. Start our circle. One more. We like odd numbers, right? Odd numbers. So we'll get 3 like this. Ooh, that did not make a very good circle there. Okay, there, that's a little bit better. And one more here. So let's see. Clear some of this stuff away. Bring our scratch pad back here. Find a clean sheet. Oops. Well, just flip this over. So now I've got 3 designs. That's sticking up there. We don't want that. Just trim that out. That does not want ink in the middle, which I remember. So I'm going to do that. Try to make sure I get all the little bits and pieces off. So there's that one. And let's stamp this. I think I'm going to want to put a backer on that so I can mount it on a block because it's kind of hard to hold on to. Okay, so I've got that one, and then I've got this one. Yeah. So there's 3 more for today. I hope you guys enjoy Carve December and go over and check out Valzer Designs. And on Instagram, check out the Carve December hashtag. There may even be a few more here on YouTube with that hashtag, but you can go see what everybody's carving. You know, I've been working at this for a number of days now, doing little bits and pieces of things. So I have a few out there. I have a few. All right, guys, thanks for hanging in with me, and I will see you again soon.